Welcome back to Morning Joe. We're going to go back now live to the courthouse in New York City where Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump's criminal trial is underway again. The big news this morning is that adult film actress Stormy Daniels is expected to take the stand today. But right now, reporting from inside the courtroom tells us that on the stand right now is a woman by the name of Sally Franklin. She's from Penguin Random House. And apparently they are going through, this is a prosecution witness, a number of books that were put together in Donald Trump's name, published decades ago. Let's bring back in former U.S. Attorney and MSNBC legal analyst Joyce Vance and MSNBC legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Danny, any sense of what this witness brings to the table?
Yeah, so far, from what I can tell, this witness is going to authenticate books by Trump. There may be words in there that the prosecution plans to use against him. But so far, this is just one of those authentication witnesses. Don't expect her to have any explosive testimony. The prosecution has followed a pattern of marquee name witnesses and then usually authentication, foundational type witnesses for at least a couple tries. And then back to the high-profile, big-name witnesses, which it looks like we are going to get today in the form of Stormy Daniels. As soon as maybe after this witness testifies, maybe they'll squeeze in another witness. But a lot of this is also logistics for the prosecution. They may even go out of order on their own list, which isn't public, based on witness availability or other things that happen, because during a trial, it is a fluid thing, and the prosecution has to be able to pivot depending on witness availability.
Yeah. And Joyce, I'm just reading the information that's coming out from inside the courtroom. It looks like they're making some parameters for how they can talk about any alleged sexual activity, I guess, between the witness and the former president. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I think that this was to be expected. The defense doesn't want any conversation about sex. The prosecution does. And they told the judge that they absolutely had to be in a position to elicit not the details, but the fact that it occurred and perhaps the circumstances. They're entitled to do that because this is part of the origin story for the case. But Judge Merchan noted that there might be some credibility issues with Stormy Daniels, although he seemed inclined to let the prosecution go that far, perhaps no further.
So, Danny, we've got the details of what the prosecutors are discussing on the screen to your left here. What should not be mentioned in court here when Stormy Daniels finally takes the stand. But we were talking a moment ago that Stormy Daniels doesn't have a whole lot to lose by just describing everything she saw and is alleged to have done with Donald Trump. What kind of witness do you expect her to be today?
If publicity is an economic benefit to Stormy Daniels, then this is her shining moment in the sun. So there's reason to believe that she might use this to do a little flame throwing, to get her name in the headlines, because doing so helps her. So if I'm the prosecution and both the defense, this is a witness that probably has both sides very nervous. Look at the debating that's going on even in advance of her testimony. They're looking to control what she says and what she doesn't say, which in a sense is an exercise in futility, because when Stormy Daniels takes the stand, she may respond to a question in a way that's totally unexpected, even by the people, of course, by the defense. So when that happens, the best the judge can do is maybe admonish her, maybe instruct the jury not to hear it or to forget they heard it. But that's like asking to unring a bell if she says something outrageous. I think there's plenty of reason for both sides to try and set parameters. But as many parameters as they set for Stormy Daniels is going to do what Stormy Daniels is going to do.